Oh, he's back. It's Rougarou. It's Regis Prograis. It's a WBC champion at 140 pounds, and Saturday, June 17th. Hey, new opponent here, but the homecoming in New Orleans is on the books. So let's start right there, Regis. Always great to chat with you. We thought it was going to be Liam Paro. Now Danelito Zorrilla, who can punch. Let's remind people of that. But in general, man, new deal with Matchroom Sport, a new lease on life, maybe? How are things going in Team Rougarou these days?
I mean, everything good, man. Everything always good, always good. Yeah, new deal with Matchroom. Fight date. You know, as soon as I signed with Matchroom, they already gave me a fight date. So yeah, like everything is going great.
We're gonna see that on DAZN June 17th. The change in opponent. How much does that alter the preparations for what we are looking to do here in a few weeks?
The only thing changed is sparring. You know, at first I was fighting a left-hander, now I'm fighting a right-hander. So that's it. You know, everything is always still the same. You know, you just fight you fight them different. That's all. So, but as far as the work, the intensity is always gonna be hard. You know, I train for me. I don't train for nobody else. I feel like I'm the best in the world at my division. So, you know, I'm gonna let them, you know, you have to adjust to me. I don't have to adjust to you.
Did you feel like your name wasn't being spoken enough of late? We talk about 135 and all the people that are moving up to 140 where you reside. Between those two divisions, whether you're old or we're young, we got like some of the most exciting names in the business. We also got Rougarou with a world title. Do you feel like you've got an opportunity here this year now with the title to remind everybody exactly who you were and still are?
Yeah, exactly. You know, the thing is, like, once I wasn't the world champion, then people kind of they kind of brushed me off because I was too dangerous. I know I am a dangerous fighter, you know, but now I have the title, so now they have to say my name, you know, or they have to say it again. But at first, yeah, when you don't have the title, they just brush you off. They're like, all right, whatever. I'm not gonna fight him because, you know, it's nothing that he has that I want. But now I have the title, I have the WBC belt again, so that's what they want, and so now, you know, everybody has to say my name.
Indeed, a thrilling knockout in November of Jose Zepeda put that title around your waist. And when you went to the free agency table and you're getting offers from Eddie Hearn and Matchroom Sport, which you signed, Top Rank, ESPN, I mean, there was not too many fights ago. It looked like you were coming into PBC territory. How hard was the last few years in sometimes feeling like you're on the wrong side of the street and then ultimately settling on the dotted line with Eddie Hearn?
Well, I just feel like Eddie can do well. The thing is, like, with the side of the street thing, I feel like Eddie can work with all of them. You know, like, Eddie doesn't have I feel like a lot of them have egos. You know, with Top Rank, they would just like have in-house fights. With PBC, they would just have in-house fights. I feel like, unless for the most part, with Eddie, you know, he would try to get the biggest fights. You know, like, at least he would answer the phone. He would try to get things done. Some of the guys, they just have, you know, big egos. But if I say, Eddie, listen, like, after this fight, you know, after everything goes well, then I say, Eddie, listen, I want Josh Taylor. Let me get that fight. He would call him and at least try to make it happen. Sometimes the promoters, they don't even call each other. They won't even answer the phone for another promoter. So I feel like, you know, he would, at least I think that he can make, you know, he will work with other promoters. He can make those fights happen.
How close did it come, either going Top Rank or going with Eddie? Was it a day-to-day type deal?
It was not even day-to-day, bro. It was like, man, I would wake up and be like, man, I'm going with Top Rank today. I call my people, I'm going with Top Rank today. And then I go to sleep, man, I'm going with Matchroom. Like it was like this every day for like 3 weeks, literally every day. I talked to everybody. I consulted with all my people, talked to my wife, my daddy, my mama, my sister, my assistant, my friends, my trainers, like literally everybody. And everybody was the same thing. They was just like me. You know, some people was Top Rank, some people was Matchroom. But, you know, ultimately, like, I had a feeling, like, and the feeling never left you. When you have a gut feeling, you have to go with your gut feeling. And I had the gut feeling from the first day, like, it was Matchroom. From the first day I met Eddie, well, not the first day I met Eddie, but the first day I met Eddie when we was going through his negotiations, I had a gut feeling. Was like, man, Matchroom is the way to go. This is where I need to go. And then, of course, you know, Top Rank came, and, you know, I went to Vegas. They flew me out there and met with them. And then it was like, all right, it threw a wrench in my gut feeling. But that gut feeling still was there. And really, And so the last date we had, the last meet we had, Eddie he came meet me in Houston right before Canelo fought. Canelo fought that Saturday in Guadalajara, and Eddie came on Monday, and he just pitched me, and really, and even Eddie said, like, we didn't have too much of a good meeting, really. I mean, it was cool. It was like a whatever type of meeting, but we trained that night. Eddie was like, listen, like, we have a date for you, June 17th. And I think that was like the deciding factor, one of the most deciding factors for me. Besides everything else he said, it was just like, all right, I'm gonna fight June already. And that was probably when that Monday, that was like 7 weeks away from June 17th. So it was like, shit, all right, I'm gonna be in camp already, and I'm always training anyway. So I rather fight June 17th, and that's why. And we signed literally like a few days after that.
If you had to put it into words, why did you slip into the cracks? You've always been a great interview, an exciting fighter that people, like we mentioned, tend to avoid. Styles make fights your difficult style. Why did we end up seeing you bounce around for a bit when you look back on the journey?
I think, man, maybe a lot of bad moves from the people that was behind me, maybe myself. I don't know. I really don't know, man. And that's why, I don't know if you know now, I'm managing myself right now. I'm doing my own thing. I'm not letting nobody take control of my career. I want to know everything and do everything myself right now. So, yeah, it just, I had a lot of just bumpy patches and rough patches. I was just going everywhere. I fought on all the networks. I fought. We did Showtime and PBC, and then we did like Triller. Then I fought Dubai. So I was just bouncing just all around, but it wasn't really no plan to what I was doing. I think that's why, I slipped in the cracks for so long, because I was just here. I'll take a fight here and here and here. And it wasn't planned towards nothing. It wasn't looking towards the future. It was just like taking fights, just basically taking fights, just for, a few little dollars and stuff like that. But it wasn't no plan behind it.
Was there a turning point where you said, like, it stops here? I'm 30 something years old. I got to take control. Like, what was that turning point where you're like, now it's me, all me?
Well, I felt like that. Well, so I felt like that before the Zapata fight, basically. So after my fight with Tyrone McKenna, I fought Dubai. And that fight was that was for a mandatory spot. Then they told me, all right, listen, Mauricio Suleiman came out to Dubai. He said, listen, this is going to be for man. You're going to fight for the belt after this fight. I said, all right, cool. Then after that fight, they mandated for the belt. Josh Taylor vacated. Then after that, they mandated. I know it was supposed to be Zapata, but they mandated Zapata versus Jose Ramirez. And I was like, bro, how? Like, how is that going to happen if I'm next? I thought I was next in line. And so I talked to my people about it. I was like, bro, like, what is happening? Like, how Mauricio was at my fight. Mauricio was at my fight. I paid my sanctioning fees. Like, why am I not in line for the belt? That's what they told me. And now all of a sudden, Jose Ramirez is fighting for it. He's fighting Zapata for the belt. It's supposed to be me. And luckily things worked out. Ramirez got married, and I got the shot. And at that moment, I was like, all right, maybe I need to go about something else. I got the shot because of that happened. But if he would never got married, then maybe I would still be, I still won't be a world champion right now. I'll still be, in the crack, just fighting all over the world and not being a world champion.
Hey, Regis, in boxing, them hoes ain't loyal. That's the truth, bro. You know it.
Yes, bro. Yes. That's what I'm saying. Now it's just like, I'm doing things myself, bro. I wanna sit in a meeting with the promoters myself. Nobody's gonna tell me, oh, what this promoter said. Now I'm gonna hear from my own mouth. I want to hear what these. I met with Todd DeBuff with ESPN and Top Rank. I met with Eddie. I can call these people on the phone. I'm doing it myself. It's not a manager gonna tell me, because I understand how this game goes. Like, sometimes managers, they get if a manager brings me over to a certain company, they gonna get paid off the top. That's how it goes. So now we not doing that no more. I want to know, nobody's gonna stray me towards a certain way. I wanna know myself what's going on. And then if they feel that you might want to go a certain way, they'll stray you away from them. They'll say, oh no, maybe you shouldn't do this, maybe you shouldn't, because they have personal interests in that company itself because they're gonna get paid from it. But now I'm not doing that stuff no more. I wanna hear all this stuff myself. I wanna talk to these promoters, all that stuff myself. And really, I mean, I'm not gonna say fighters don't need a manager, but I feel like, in my case, I mean, really, I know I'm not scared of nobody. Like,
Right.
a lot of managers, they just pick opponents, like what styles and stuff. I'm a two-time world champion, so you could put anybody in front of me. Now it's just all it is negotiating how much money I'm gonna make. That's all. That's all it is. No more. Like, it's just where I'm gonna fight, how much money, and I can do that stuff myself. I don't need to pay somebody a certain percentage of my money, which is a lot of money, to tell me, this and this. Like, I'm gonna do that stuff myself.
I think that's fantastic that you're doing this, and no one's a better advocate at the end of the day for you than you. So I can appreciate that, Regis. I'm not going to interview without bringing up the greatest mask in pro boxing history. How much does this thing cost? 10 grand, 30 grand, the Rougarou mask. Where is it nowadays? How often does it come out and see the light of day? What's the story on this thing?
Man, the story is gone, bro. Somebody stole it. It's gone. It's literally gone. I don't know where it's at. I have something better. I do have something better that's coming out. I'm gonna surprise everybody with what's better. But as far as that mask, it's gone, bro. Like, my mask is gone. Somebody stole it, bro. I'm pretty sure in a few years somebody's gonna have it for sale. So,
like, out of your house, somebody came in and took it?
Honestly, bro. So the last fight I had at was the fight in Dubai. So maybe I left it in Dubai. I don't think I did. Honestly, I don't think I left it in Dubai, bro. I think I brought it home. Maybe somebody came to my house and stole it. I don't know, but I think it's gonna come up one day. Somebody's gonna have for sale. Like, this is because that mask was literally, it's a 1-to-1, bro. Like, it was a custom made mask. Nobody else had it, and it's gone. It's just,
I mean, you could scare the life out of people showing up on the street corner with that thing on it. Look, that real and legit. Before we talk about the future here, let me dial back real quick. You fought for Triller. It was a big event. You had Ivan Redkoch in front of you. We were like, okay, what the hell happened at the end of that fight? I want to hear it from you. What the hell happened?
Bro, first off, that was like a sparring session, bro. Like it's hard to get, like, I train hard for every fight, right? I still have my routine, but like mentally, like I sparred with Ivan, like back in like 2019 or something like that. We sparred and he said, "Oh, I broke your nose." I like, bro, Ivan, what are you talking? Like, what are you talking about, bro? Like, I go in the gym and like spar. I do that because I still like to be active and I still like to go in the gym and spar and play around and stuff like that. So I knew, all right, this is what Ivan got. So going to the Triller fight, I was like, all right, bro, like, I already sparred. I know what he got, all that stuff already. But anyways, like, going to the fight, I went out there just boxing them and being slick. And my coach was like, bro, don't get hit. You don't have to get hit by Ivan. Don't get hit. I was like, all right, cool. So I went out there and just boxed him. And then after that, I just started walking him down, pressing him. I started hitting him with everything, as many shots as I want to. And I just started pressing him. And then after that, he just took a way out, bro. Like, I hit him with literally, bro, you can see it on the camera. I hit him with a shot right to the rib, to the stomach. And he said it was down low. Like, bro, come on, bro. The camera showed, and he went out on a stretcher, all kinds of crazy stuff like that. Like, bro. Yeah, it was nuts, bro. That was like insane, bro. Like that, I don't even like watching that fight, bro. Like, I just like when if that fight come on, I was like, bro, turn that fight off. I don't even want to watch it. It was just like, it was just like embarrassing.
It was a bad look all the way around. But you're back, and I like, by the way, I like now that we move forward and you say, I'm with Eddie Hearn, but it doesn't have to be about side of the streets because you want to fight us. That's boxing. That's what it should be. Let's make the biggest fights. But let's talk about that side of the street for a second. Ryan Garcia coming off the Tank fight, loses, but they put on a great event, and he's moving up to 140. What do you think about that?
I love that fight. I love that fight. If it happens, then it looked like he's on the same side of the street. So we don't have to go, we don't have to go a lot of places. So yeah, I mean, I would definitely love that fight. She might be upstairs. Go ahead. Man. For me, I love that fight, bro. I think that is a huge fight. It's just such an exciting time right now for me, bro, because it's so many big fights out there for me. So many big fights out there for me. The division is stacked. Like 140 it's stacked right now with so many big good fights. Yeah, it is. It's crazy how many big fights, and I hold the WBC belt, so I mean, it's a great time.
All right. Do you think Garcia showed out in that fight with Tank? There was some controversy after. Could he have gotten up? Should he have gotten up? Did you weigh in on that at all?
Well, I did a video and I said that I don't think that he could have got up. I think that he was, he struck, like when you get hit with a shot and you stretched out and you get hit with a counter shot, it hurt, bro. I know how it feels. Could he got up? I don't know. Nobody really can't say it because nobody was in his body. Maybe other fighters would have got up, but maybe he couldn't. Maybe he couldn't get up. Maybe he was, that was just it. I don't think he quit. I think that he just couldn't get up. That was just my thoughts on it.
Yeah, absolutely. And there against one of the most pinpoint, accurate, and powerful punchers, of course, in Gervonta. Not your division, but we did come off a big 135 clash where Devin Haney got the close decision win over Vasily Lomachenko. But a lot of the talk afterwards for that free agent and Devin Haney is about not only what's next, but the possibility of moving up to 140. That could end up on your side of the street. I sometimes see the two of you have mentioned each other's names. Where are we at in that larger picture in your mind?
Well, I opened it. I'm open to that fight too. Obviously, my coach was like, man, don't talk about Devin Haney, don't talk about him, because I still got focused on my fight. But if that happens, bro, same thing, bro. I'm open to all those fights. I feel like I'm the best, where I feel like you can't put nobody in there that I can't beat. Nobody, I don't care who they are. At 140 pounds, I feel like you cannot put nobody in there that I cannot beat. I feel like I beat all of them. That's why I don't need a manager. You can't tell me you don't have to worry about styles and all that stuff like that, bro. Put anybody in the ring with me, bro. I'm gonna beat them.
All right. Well, June 17th is the next defense of that WBC title. Your second title reign in this division. Danelito Zorrilla, New Orleans homecoming. That's got to get you fired up, right? We're back where it started.
Yeah, bro. I mean, I can't really, like, you can't soak in the moment, because it's a huge moment, because I still have to go fight. That's the thing. So, when I was out there, I'm back in Texas right now, but I went out there for 2 weeks to train, and bro, like everywhere I go, people just talking about the fight. I literally can't go nowhere right now and like people not talking about the fight. So everywhere I went, people talking about the fight, and yeah, everybody excited about it and stuff, but I can't, like, my coach was with me, like, man, these people so excited about it. Like, yeah, bro, but I still got to train. I still got to do me. I can't really, I can't soak in this right now. After the fight, I can soak in it for a little while, but then I'll still have to get right back to work. That's the thing about boxing. You can soak in it for a little while, but guess what? You still got to go right back to work right after that again. But I'm excited about it, bro. I think it's just going to be a good night. We talking to everybody. It's gonna be a real good night.
All right. In the same title picture, same division, the week before you, we do get your old buddy Josh Taylor and Teofimo Lopez. That one's got fireworks written all over it. But where do you think both are at heading into this fight, and who do you think comes out on top?
Coming out on top, I think Taylor. I mean, people saying it's a make it or break it type fight. I hate to say that, because it's not a make it. Nothing is a make it or break it type of fight. But one person would kind of get dropped. The loser would kind of get dropped down, and I say into the pit, the boxing pit. That's where I was at for 3 years. Into that boxing pit, somebody will be dropped down, and somebody will be, maybe can fight me for a unification fight. One of the fighters. So, I mean, it's a good fight, but at the same time, I think that I lean more towards Josh Taylor.
All right. You and Josh Taylor, of course, put on just an absolute classic in 2019. The majority decision. I needed 3 more rounds. No one talks about 15-round fights anymore. We needed it at that night. Is that like a mandatory, man? Like, I got to scratch that.
Yes.
Belt or not, yes. I got to see him.
Yes, definitely. That's the person I got to see. That's the person I want to fight, bro. I want to fight Josh Taylor. When I look at him, bro, and I don't want to disrespect him, but it's gonna come off of disrespect. I like, bro, it's no way this dude beat me. No way. Like, I still feel like I won the fight, but it was a close fight, and it wasn't a robbery. I want people to say that it wasn't a robbery, But I did feel like if that wasn't in this country, that I would have got the decision. And even with that said, like, even the way I fought was like, bro, how did I let this man? Like, when I look at him fight, I'm like, oh my, like, I just feel like I'm way better. I really do. I just feel like I'm way better. I should never even let it be a close fight. But, I fought the wrong fight that night, and hey, he got a decision. So that's why that's the fight I want more than any other fight. I want that fight. So we'll see. I know he been talking about going up to 147, and but it's just like, how bad do I want it? Because he might go up to 147, and then they have so many big fights out there for me at 140. So I do want that fight. I definitely want that fight more than any other fight. But the money out there right now for the other fights is like, it might just trump everything else, So,
I feel like you're about to see your peak earning years, Rougarou. It's coming. Yes, all right.
Exactly. So it's like, that's why it's like, when the time comes around, I'll just have to make a hard decision. That's all.
All right. Well, we love watching you, Regis Prograis. Great to see you back. You got the new promotional deal intact and on DAZN Saturday, June 17th. You and Danelito Zorrilla in New Orleans should be a big action-packed fight. I'm looking forward to that one. And as we talked about, man, so many names. I can't wait to see it. Best of luck to you. And if anyone out there is in the greater Dubai area and they see this fantastic Rougarou mask, dial 1-800-Regis right now, and let's get this thing.
Somebody gotta bring my mask back, man. Somebody might have it here. Somebody probably came to my house and stole my mask. Really, I don't think it's in Dubai. I think I brought it back, but we'll see, bro. Whoever got it, man, I'm gonna catch them in a few years when they're trying to sell it on.
All right. I mean, maybe Josh Taylor's got it. Maybe we should check out June 10th to see what he walks out. We'll find out.
Walk out, right, exactly.
Regis, best of luck to you, man. Great talking to you. I know you're gonna make some classics along the way. We can't wait to see it.
All right, man. One more thing. The tickets are as low as $20. So if people can't, man, people got to come to New Orleans. If you can't come to New Orleans, I think it's gonna be a great fight, great atmosphere. New Orleans, if people haven't been to New Orleans is a party city. You can drink in the street all night. You can be out in the street all night long. You can have fun. You can do what you want. And if you really want to get in some trouble and you want to have some fun, hit me up after the fight. Then we can. But tickets are as low as $20, bro. So I think it's gonna be it should be a good night, and just want everybody, as many people as I can get in the building, because we trying to. The goal is to bring the big time boxing back to New Orleans. I did it before, but this is on a whole different scale, and trying to.
Ali Spinks was in the Superdome, right? Duran and Leonard. I mean, there's
Duran and Leonard, all of them. Yeah, Roy fought them before, but the thing is, those people wasn't from New Orleans. Like, I'm actually from there. I be in the streets and all that stuff out there, and I'm from there, and I'm fighting the Smoothie King, and that hasn't been done since Willie Pastrana in 1963. So, I think it's definitely gonna be it's gonna be a good night. I can't wait, but just gotta let people know his tickets as low as $20 there. So if you coming from wherever you're coming from, come to New Orleans that night. We're gonna have a lot of fun.
Grab some gumbo. You can drink in the streets. You can piss in the streets, I'm sure too, right? Just let it all hang out. Yeah. Rougarou, my man, great chatting with you, man. June 17th, we'll pick it up.